Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches: Tampa Bay Rays vs Baltimore Orioles, Boston Red Sox vs Toronto Blue Jays, second game. Detroit Tigers vs Cleveland Indians, Minnesota Twins vs Houston Astros, and San Francisco Giants vs Milwaukee Brewers, which are happening on Saturday, August 7, 2021, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 270 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting advice that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks and advice. Tampa Bay Rays vs Baltimore Orioles. I hope Spencer Watkins brings some ibuprofen for the headaches he's about to endure in this head-to-head meeting with the Rays. Tampa Bay is still trying to figure things out on the fly defensively when dealing with the injury bug, but they're still averaging 5.37 runs per game when they're on the road. Good things just seem to happen for them at the plate when they're playing away from Tropicana Field. They lean into that when on the road at the Camden Yards against an Orioles team that's already overmatched. We all saw what happened to the Orioles once the New York Yankees turned on the offensive jet engines. They got ran out of Yankee Stadium in the final 2 games of the series by a combined 23-4 score. The bottom line is things got ugly, and Watkins won't have the ability to save this Orioles team from ugly on Saturday. Shane McClanahan is on his GD journey of learning the ropes as a key member of a big league pitching rotation in his first year. The Orioles should be well acquainted considering he's already handed them a loss this season. After watching the way he handled himself against a tough Boston Red Sox team, you would be hard-pressed to say he's not the real deal. My betting advice for that game is to pick Tampa Bay Rays, -1.5. Boston Red Sox vs Toronto Blue Jays, second game. Tanner Houck had the element of surprise on his side, along with some good old-fashioned home cooking in his last head-to-head meeting with the Blue Jays. He won't have either in Saturday's rematch. The Blue Jays' offense has already seen his pitches, and they'll have the luxury of facing him at Rogers Center in the second meeting. They clearly have the power to turn Houck's world upside down in this meeting. The team is averaging the most home runs, 1.55, and second most hits, 8.95, per game. They're seemingly always putting themselves in a good position to at least compete offensively. Jose Barrios gets the nod as well as the favorite in this head-to-head meeting with Houck. Sure, there is plenty of buzz surrounding the potential of the young arm, but that will be trumped by the reality that the Blue Jays are too dangerous offensively. That one hit is going to come, the one that'll initiate the onslaught, that breaks the game wide open. Red Sox manager Alex Cora said Tanner Houck will be brought back for the second game of Saturday's doubleheader against the Blue Jays. Houck was just optioned to AAA Worcester, which sparked speculation that the Red Sox might be making a trade for a starting pitcher, but Cora explained that the move is just about creating some roster flexibility for the next stretch of the schedule. He comes into this matchup against a deadly Jays lineup carrying a 2.45 ERA and 1.09 WHIP in 22 innings of work this year. My betting advice for that game is to pick Toronto Blue Jay. Detroit Tigers vs Cleveland Indians. This is not a game where you necessarily want to rely on either starting pitcher to win your bet, so I would look at other factors. Detroit is entering this series with much more momentum and life, while Cleveland is trending in the opposite direction. The Tigers have been the better offensive club this season and are certainly in better form right now. They have won their last 5 games with Alexander on the mound, giving him plenty of run support. The Detroit Tigers have the 20th best team ERA in baseball at 4.51, but of late the pitching staff has improved. Over the last 4 games, 3 of which ended in victories for Detroit, the Tigers have allowed a total of 9 runs or 2.25 per game. Detroit has the 21st best WHIP at 1.35 and opposing hitters are averaging .249 at the plate against Tigers pitching, which is also 21st. My betting advice for that game is to pick Detroit Tigers. Minnesota Twins vs Houston Astros. Minnesota earned a big victory in the opening contest of this series, and they look like they have the starter who is performing better of late. Pineda is pitching quite well while Garcia is struggling, and that should give the Twins an edge. However, I like the offense of Houston. It's been a bitterly disappointing season for a Twins team that expected to contend for a third straight division title, but this current series has provided a bright spot as they were able to beat Houston again on Friday. Mitch Garver got the Twins on the board in the 5th inning before Luis Arias tied the score 1 inning later on an RBI single, and Josh Donaldson's run-scoring single in the 11th was the winner. The Astros gave up 4 early runs, leaving themselves playing catch-up all game. They trailed 5-1 entering the bottom of the 9th and were able to get 2 runs home on a 2-run homer off the bat of Yordan Alvarez, but could get no closer. Houston is first in runs per game, 5.42, and 10th in runs allowed per contest, 4.06. The Astros are second in run differential at plus 1.36. The team is first in team batting average, .265, and 6th in home runs per game, 1.34. The Astros will start right-hander Luis Garcia. Garcia is 7-6 with a 3.49 ERA in 20 appearances, 18 of which have been starts. The right-hander has been hit hard in his last 2 outings, allowing 10 earned runs in 9.1 innings pitched. The most worrisome part of that is after allowing 2 home runs over his previous 9 starts, he has allowed 3 in his last 2 starts. Garcia lost to Minnesota back on June 12, allowing 3 earned runs in 4.1 innings pitched. My betting advice for that game is to pick the Houston Astros minus 1.5. San Francisco Giants vs Milwaukee Brewers. The Giants played well over the past week, and they've won 4 of their last 6 games, which helped them increase their lead in the NL West to 3.5 games. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Brewers, which will give them their 5th win in their last 6 games. San Francisco is averaging 4.90 runs per game. Their .245 batting average is 10th in the league. Their .327 on-base percentage is 8th, while their .438 slugging percentage is 4th. Brandon Crawford has been the most consistent bat for the Giants. He leads the team with a .288 batting average, 18 home runs, and 63 RBI. Milwaukee's pitching has been better than the team's offense. Opponents have a .213 batting average against the Brewers, which is first in the league. Their 3.33 ERA is second, while their 1.17 WHIP is fourth. In his last start, Woodruff gave up 8 hits and 3 runs in 5.1 innings, leading to an 8-1 loss to Atlanta. They will need a better performance from him if they want to win this game. San Francisco's pitching is one of the best in the league. Opponents have a .223 batting average against the Giants, which is third in the league. Their 3.36 ERA is also third, while their 1.13 WHIP is first. My betting advice for that game is to pick Milwaukee Brewers. Good luck to all of you. That's it for this video. Stay tuned and stay safe for the next betting tips and advice.